two guests with us, Angels and Elves. We have Marie Lee and Dick Vicky from Angels and Elves. Well, Kiwanis Club, really. Yeah. But we're here to talk about Angels and Elves. So good morning to you both. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's a big season coming up. A lot of people love the holiday season. In our community, some kids go without. And tell me a little bit about Angels and Elves and what it does.
Well, let me start. The program was originally founded approximately 21 years ago by a couple of local business people, and then eventually taken over 2 years after that by Harry and Roberta Stead. And the whole premise of the program is to provide gifts for underserved children at Christmas time in the form of warm clothing, toys, and did so for another 7 or 8 years. Then personal, taking care of their family, et cetera, et cetera. They went out with a letter to the community and said, we're giving the program up. Is there anyone out there that would be willing to take it over? Charlie Maller, the 1785, got such a letter. He was a fellow Kiwanian, and he said, folks, this is what Kiwanis is all about, taking care of underserved children. And so for the last 11 years, Kiwanis has had the program.
Well, what an amazing program it is. You were telling me 500 to 600 children are part of this Angels and Elves program. That's an amazing number. I was shocked by that. So it is a large undertaking.
It's a very large undertaking. When you consider that each child gets in the neighborhood of at least 8 gifts, whether they're wants or needs, mostly winter clothing, and you multiply that, say, times 550 or to 600, right. You can well imagine what ELF headquarters looks like well into the program.
An amazing experience, I'm sure. And Marie, we were talking about, it's a huge undertaking, but it's a community that comes together that makes it doable.
Oh, absolutely. Without the community, the program just wouldn't work. And there are hundreds of people that are involved in it. I run the daily operations. We have it organized. Each team leader is responsible for 50 children. When we put the applications out for sponsorship, we don't separate the families. So if somebody wanted to come in and wanted to do a 2-year-old, it would have to be a single child. We wouldn't take the 2-year-old from their older siblings.
Right.
But the team leaders work with assistants. They are responsible for making sure that the bags get back on time, that they get wrapped, and call the parent or guardian to come and pick up the toys. We don't deliver them on Christmas Eve.
Well, they get it, it's a secret process, so for the kids involved, you can't know about this stuff because it's it's a great time for kids to be surprised, and
it is. And one of the really gratifying things that Dick and I see from kind of the overview of the whole program is the sponsors that will come in with their children, and they'll select a child or a family of similar age or gender, and they want to teach their children about giving back to somebody who's less fortunate than they are.
And being appreciative.
Absolutely, and we see that all the time.
I think that's fantastic. So a lot of volunteers, you have gift wrapping, but mainly what you're looking for are sponsors and cash donations. That's how people right now can help.
Absolutely.
So if you can't sponsor a kid, you can't do the shopping, cash works because you guys will leave no child behind, so to speak.
Exactly. Sponsors accommodate approximately 2/3 of the children. And then from the cash that comes in the form of donations, we're able to send our buyers out and take care of the remaining children, assuring that no kid goes without at Christmas time.
That's a wonderful thing. Now, if people need to apply for this program, when's the cutoff date?
The cutoff date is December 1st.
Okay.
That gives us time to get out and shop and get them back.
Earlier the better,
they can come into Angels and Elves headquarters. Our hours are posted on our website, mwvkiwanis.org. They're posted on the door, and they can fill out the application there at the headquarters. They can take it home and mail it back. If they are unable to come in, they can call us at 356-8710, and we can mail them an application.
Okay, great.
And we do verify that the children are here in the Valley, and that we service the Upper Valley. We go from Tamworth to Freiburg and Brownfield and the Conways, Bartlett.
Because I'm sure as far as you can go, you know, and again, you can go to the website to get the materials that you need, give them a call, or your headquarters is right over at the Settlers Green complex.
Exactly, and Settlers Green again has come through for us. They're marvelous about finding us space, and we thank Dot Seabolt and the OVP management.
Yeah, really reaching out to the community to help.
It is.
All right, so we need cash donations, we need sponsors, so you can get in contact and sponsor a child or a family of children together, and you can get on out there and shop with your kids, do a good thing for this holiday season. But you'll take just about anything. Like if someone has a new unwrapped gift.
Absolutely, and if people want to buy something and bring it to us, we'll make sure it goes into
Like ski
a
pants or,
bag.
you know.
Exactly. We have a lot of people who will buy toys, and we have just received toys from the White Mountain Board of Realtors yesterday. They do that every year, and as Dick said, we're going to be having a load of toys, about 80 toys coming in on Monday.
Right, yes.
But people can also buy warm pajamas, fleeces. We see such a request for warm bedding. Flannel sheets, blankets.
Well, as a parent, that must be heartbreaking not to be able to get the kids what they need. So
we had a
this
mom
comes through.
come in the other day and emphasize the pajamas that she was asking for had to have footies. The reason was because the child constantly took her socks off. And they have no heat in their apartment.
Oh my goodness! So you need a little footed pajama.
Right.
Wonderful. Now, Dick, you tell me about a little story. Hence the toys coming in on
Yes.
Monday.
Well, every year we always have a heartwarming story, and such is the case this year. 10 years ago, a daughter was lost in an accident, and the mother told us that the daughter just loved Christmas. And so on the 10th anniversary of her passing, the mother held a memorial service and asked all those attending to bring a toy to Angels and Elves, and we're told to expect at least 80 toys.
That's wonderful.
Come
From
day after
heartbreak, and
tomorrow.
she's
Absolutely.
you know, remembering her daughter in
Right.
such a positive way and donating to the kids in the valley. So that's wonderful.
Another story that one of my volunteers, this was her first time at the desk and being involved, and she was in tears the other day when these people came in with a large, generous check, and I said, "Oh, the city folks are here," and this woman told a story about how when she was young, she and her siblings, there were a total of 4 of them, came from a very poor family, and they had an aunt and uncle who lived in Boston, who they always referred to as the city folk. And the city folks would come Christmas Eve. They had bought all the presents for this
my
family,
goodness.
and they brought them and delivered them after the children were asleep. And then they would come back on Christmas Day and get the pleasure of watching the children open them. So now these people are probably in their 60s, and the 4 siblings chip in every year and make a very, very large donation to Angels and Elves.
Great.
And in the check memo, it's in memory of the city folks.
Oh my goodness, Bree. Okay, we're gonna have to.
We see
That's
this
such
all
a great
the time.
cause. My goodness. So MWVKiwanis.org is a place that people can find out more information online. So thank you so much for doing something that the kids need and the community needs. In a way, a lot of people want to give back, just like you were saying.
They
So
do.
this is a wonderful thing for them to do with this upcoming holiday season. Did we get all the information that we need to get
I
out?
think so.
Okay, well, thank you so much again for all the time that the Kiwanis Club puts into this, and for your personal, individual time that goes into it, because it is a busy season, so we appreciate it.
Well, thank you
Thanks
so
for
much
having
for
us.
having us.
Yeah, anytime. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back to wrap the show. More weather and maybe a little watch and win, so stay tuned.